Good evening, welcome all of you. Bande Matram. The topic to be discussed right now in this evening is on meddling with others' affairs. Great topic. It is a great thing so far yoga is concerned, especially so far this integral yoga is concerned. This is the right step you must remember at almost every time. On the every step of your progress you must be able to know, capable of knowing what really we are going to do. Meddling with others affairs, that is a great topic to be discussed. What really unnecessarily we have nothing to do, simply we are moving here and there, moving to and to. Our job is unnecessarily interfering in others affairs, so that must not be done. Take care of your thing and thing will go come on your way. So the topic we are going to take it right now, meddling with others affairs. One story I can tell you. One company was set up in some area and some people were giving jobs, and some people were performing better and some were simply cheating anyway. It was there, some people were even there who were coming just for salary purpose. On the 30th or 31st they were coming, they are taking salary and they were going back. That is what really happening most of the time you say. So there was something grumbling anyway. Some people came and complained against these people who are cheating to the manager, and that they are not doing, they are not coming in time. Even on the 30th day of at the end of the month, they are coming for salary and all. So this manager heard everything, heard, and simply one day he called and tried to explain. Then what is your radar, man? Anyway, you just see whether you are suffering so far your salary and all facilities are concerned. They are not working. That is our their headache and it is our lookout. But the thing is that is it done? Is it any? Are you facing any problem so far? Your job, your environment, your salary, your facilities, everything is concerned. Do you feel anything, any problem? No, no. Then you, why are you unnecessarily thinking of them? You just try to take care of your job. That is what the requirement. Anyway, one question was put to the Divine Mother: what is the best attitude? Is it the attitude of intervention or an attitude of non-interference? Which is better? So the thing is, question is between intervening in others' affairs or non-interference. What is the best attitude? So far, this sadhana is concerned, because almost whatever in even ordinary life, ordinary go of life, also you can keep. This is also applicable to you, not only to you, to all. So this is a great advice. Anyway, mother tries to explain. That's just it. To intervene, one must be sure that you are right. How shall you know if, that it is really it is right? How? What is the phenomenon? What is the measuring criteria? How can you be able to know that you are sure that you are right? You must be sure that your vision of things is superior, preferable, or truer than the vision of other persons. Is it possible? Whatever I am doing, where really I stand, my vision, my thought process, my preference, and everything are truer than the others' vision, others' thought process, others' capability. Is it that am I able to understand and judge of myself? No. Then why unnecessarily I am going to interfere in their matter? That is what. That is what you must know. You must judge. Before judging others, you try to judge yourself. Where really you stand, because you don't have the capacity even to judge yourself. What you are doing, how you are going, you don't know anything at all. Then, so what happens? Superior, preferable or clear than the vision of other persons or people. That's what you try to, very minutely you try to observe. Then you come in. There is always wiser not to intervene, mother force. It is wiser, always wiser not to intervene. It is not your matter. People intervene without rhyme or reason. They don't have anything to do. Simply they do. And so what they do? They without rhyme or reason, simply because they are in the habit of giving their opinion to others. So you take my blessing. So you just try to bow your head to me, to offer pranam and take my blessing. It is nothing. Does not actually, it creates nothing. So simply, if you are that you are worthy, then thoughts things will come to you. So why unnecessary you are going to adjust things? You must know that everything, or you are having simply because you are even the habit of giving their opinion to others. Again, mother course. Even when you have the vision of the true thing, sometimes you have vision of the true thing. It is very rarely wise to intervene. Very rarely wise. Even if you have got the idea, don't try and interfere in the region. It is not at all wise. So it only becomes indispensable to someone who wants to do something which will necessarily lead to catastrophe. Unnecessary if you are going to intervene in others' matter, then naturally it will bring catastrophe for you. That you must know. Even then, intervention is not always very effective. You must know. That is what the real thing you must know. That is not at all very much advisable. Not at all advisable. That's what you must know. So again, so anyway, till now, mother course, don't interfere. So even if you are having some capability of seeing the truth, then also go, don't go. It is not advisable at all. Then third step, in fact, intervention is justified only when you are absolutely sure that you have the vision of truth. Do you have have you reached that point? Do you have that vision? I am absolutely, absolutely sure that my vision, I have got the true vision. Not only that, but also that a clear vision of consequence. What is going to happen? Clear vision of consequence. Is it like that? To intervene in someone else's actions, one must be a prophet. Are you really that? To intervene, one must be a prophet. Very interesting, very interesting, very interesting. You must be a prophet, unless otherwise you don't go there. A prophet with a total goodness and a compassion. That is what. Prophet with some total goodness and compassion, that is what you must have. You must have. One must even have the vision of the consequence. Second thing, must have the vision of the consequence. Something, what is going to happen. No, because once this word is uttered, it is never to return back. Once this you are firing a pistol, that cartridge is going out, it is never to return. So before saying something, be 100% sure. If vision of consequence, your prophecy is there and your vision of consequence is very much clear. That is the intervention will have the destiny of other persons. That is what the vision. Anyway, it must not disturb anybody else. That vision, that prophecy is there. Even if you know something, it is advisable not to interfere in anybody's matter. That is a very important advice from mother. Then people are always giving each other advice. So do this, don't do that, like this, because simply they don't have anything to do. They do. They are simply moving here and there. They don't. They have no job, no activity, nothing. Simply they work, they act. So they do this and don't do this. I see it, mother course. They have no idea how much confusion they create. Do this, do that, like they go this way, you stand there, you stop there. Unnecessary, they are unnecessarily, I will tell you, mother courts also, unnecessarily they are creating the chaos, confusions. That's what really is happening in many ways. And how they increase confusion and desire. Not only they are creating confusion, they are increasing confusion and desire. That is what is happening. And sometimes they impair the normal development of the individual. But unknowingly, they are creating so many chaos, so many disorders, so many complaints, so many problems, so many confusions, even without knowing. They are creating, but they don't know if they have been created by them at all. So I will go again. I consider the opinions that are always dangerous and most often absolutely worthless. That is a bright message from the mother quotes. Consider, mother quotes, I consider what the opinions are always dangerous. we pass opinions without knowing. We don't have that sharpness. We don't have that imagination. We don't have that certitude. We don't have that truth. We are nowhere on the surface, but we are passing comments simply because we have to pass comments. So who gave you this idea? Why are you unnecessarily creating confusion, disorder, so many ways? You are bringing catastrophe for you and for also for others. So, mother course, opinions are always dangerous and most often absolutely worthless. Don't go for that. Don't go for that. This is the sincere advice, not only from the mother but also considering our own concern. Don't go because we have suffered, we have things without even sometimes some one time was there when you were not aware of that those things. That's good, no problem. But now you say you are little bit aware, little bit conscious. You have elevated your consciousness to a great way. So why unnecessary you are creating, you are simply trying to create problems, confusions for you again, mother course. So you should not meddle with other people's affairs, should not. Mother, maybe out of her magnanimity, mother has used the term should not. You must not. I think it would be better. I'm sorry. With due apology, I don't have anything to comment upon the mother's work, but I think mother could have used, but as for her greatness and with her loving suggestions, she has used the term. We should not use meddle in other people's affairs. Unless, first of all, you have infinitely wiser than they are. Infinitely wiser, infinity is not a predictable term. So, infinitely wiser than they are. Of course, one always thinks that one is wiser. These are our narrowness confines we are staying, but we think we know a lot of things. We are wiser. But thing is that you are not really so knowledgeable to some extent because you have learned a lot of things. So you can find you have got some knowledge, little bit you have gained something, you have gained some knowledge. You may be to some extent knowledgeable, but wisdom, you are wise, you don't predict. You don't go for that. The highest and widest thing is the wisest. Highest that and the widest. These are the relative terms. You can't predict measure with your own vision. But I mean, in any objective way, and not according to our own opinion, unless you see further and better, unless you see further and better. So I already have quoted here in this quotation, the highest and the widest. Highest means what is, Everest is highest. Once you have reached the Everest peak, when that I nothing is done. Wherever I was standing on the ground, same height we are standing to some extent around 8,500 feet have been crossed, but actually the sky roof is almost the same. Nothing has been changed. So unless otherwise you further and better, you are yourself above all the passions, desires, and blind reactions. Very beautiful, mother quotes. Passions, desires, and blind reactions, because you have not gone further or you not seen something better. So simply you are meddling in others' affairs, which is dangerous. We are in the we are not above. We must be above all passions, desires, and blind reactions. You must have all these things yourself to have the right to intervene in someone else alive. Mother course. So above all, these things of yourself to have the things, you have to go beyond your passions, desires, and reactions. Only when you may have the power to intervene in someone else's life, even when he asks you to do so. Unless otherwise you are asked, unless otherwise you are invited by the person, don't go there. And when he is not, it is simply meddling with something which is not your business. That's what from the we started from the manager story. Now itself also same thing we are concluding from mother. that it is none of your business. Don't try to go into those affairs to meddle. It is not affairs, it is not at all wise, because simultaneously you will bring catastrophe not only for you and for the surrounding. So don't meddle in others affairs. That is the best suggestion. Bande Mataram.